Black Shades Edition LLC, Crystal Age Technology Screens, and our FLE company. I'm kind of looking for something. Should work. Battery is not on a good level, and just trying to find something to get my charge going. So let me see what's going on with this. Did that charge or did it not charge? I got to get down tomorrow and get myself a decent charger for my phone with a longer cord attached to it, because it's kind of bonkers what I got to go do to keep it charged. All right, so getting ready to get my orders done. Got fresh ink in the printer, and ready to get my labels printed out and get these packages out the door. Thank you to my customers for your support and your patience. I really appreciate it. Let me see. These are the last of my bigger paint orders, 32s and gallons. Coming from my labels. Another monitor. And I still got to pick up more containers tomorrow, so I'll be shipping out on looks like Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Quite a bit of shipping. All right, let me see what's going on here. I'll get those labels here. Maybe got a gallon of this one through. So we're gonna need 4 of these labels. I'm gonna ship these out in 32s. The gallon containers are not gonna be here on time. So I found a local store where I can pick up these containers right here. They work just fine. We just got a special way on how we seal them. They are a pain in the butt to get through, but well, at least I don't have to worry about them things opening up. And these go in boxes. All right, let me see. Maybe the strength to fit. And I'm going to need 4 of these. All right, I can get that printed out right now. Oh, man. So that's 4 for that one. We got a gallon of the other one going through, and a bunch of other ones going through. And I got a new offline order. Something special that we make. You have to invoice it. Where are my scissors at? I bet you're nowhere to be found. In there, computer tracking scissors. Oh, there we go. Oh shoot, really? I didn't know that. All right, I'm going to turn these off. All right, that is the Imperial gunmetal. For the order for a gallon. Get that to dry. Let me see. Oh, we got, I forgot, we got 2 orders for that, 1 gallon and a quart. So Let me get another one. Remember, just make print 2 of them. I think I got that in the 64. I gotta check about 6 ounces of those. Now the container we have for the special paint, we don't show those labels. Those labels are only available to be shown offline. We don't want anybody copying our work. We got a bad habit. People have a bad habit of copying our work anyway. So we don't show up those labels. Let me see. What's the other one? 3 gunmetals. Oh, the gallon of the oh, it's a bunch of those. All right, the Alpha Cinemax. Oh, there we go. Let me see. One of these is for the screen paint. Right, perfect. Let me see. I need. There's the gallon going out. The other guy is 2. I think it's just 2. With the gallon going out and the one right there. 2 Oh yeah, you get the 16 ouncer too. So let's get let's make 3 of these. Yeah, make 3 of these. Okay. And we have to do one smaller for 16 ouncer. Just get that, shrink, size, give me 3. So we have, let me see, 1, 2, 4, that's a gallon. 4, that's a gallon. This one over there. This is the gunmetal. We got the gunmetal behind it. Gunmetal's done. Let me see. That's the one that's going back to the right for the guy for the motorized projection screen. There's 16 ounce behind us. That's the gallon right there. That's the special. Oh, need another. All right, we got a gunmetal and a gallon. So that's the special. That is the Apex. Sorry, the black. With Apex unavailable. That's the black technology or black alpha black going out. And this one right here is the special gunmetal and the black cinema. Black cinema. Gunmetal's behind me. And let me see. I'll make an extra one just in case. I'm always want to make sure. All right, let me see. So this is the 4 right here for this one. That's for the gallon. Boom, that's the gallon. This is one for the guy with the motorized projection screen for him. And let me see. And the gunmetal's already behind me right now. All right. And we have the 16 ounce in the mix. The 16 is a little bit smaller than that size. That's a little larger than that one. It's too big. Let me see something. I think I'm going to take, that's a good size right there. Let me get the container. Oh, that'll fit perfect with the container. Yeah, that'll fit perfect with the container. That'll fit just right. So I should have made, yeah. So that should fit just perfect. I tried one of these. No, just to print two. No, print one just in case. You never know. See if it'll fit. This is a good size, better size other one. Print this one. Curious. One of the things too is when we do the physical screens, the packing process is it's a lot faster, and it's much these are easy to do, but it's a faster process. Oh, this is perfect. Definitely a perfect size for this. All right, perfect. That's just 16 right there. Yeah, it's definitely a faster process because all I have to do is just fold the screens up, put them in the package, sticker to the front, sticker to the back, stick that into the postal envelope, and then put the certification labels on it, and that's it. That's all it is. Oh, and then drop in the rest of your stuff, which would be your LED lights and screws and stuff like that when added to it. So that's pretty much it. These are a little different to do. 16 ounces are faster to do too on top of that. And I'm going to pre-do about a dozen so we have them on the side for faster processing. It's a little bit more easier to store when you're doing 16 ounces of it than when you're doing 32s and gallons. That's a different story. Now see, all that squawking over, and it's the same thing. It's the same story. It never ends. It's the same story. All that squawking, all that campaigning to go in and waste all that time to try to make my products look like something that they're not, and try to slow down my sales when they don't slow down. Because my Lord controls all that. You have no power there at all. You have no power anywhere at that. I show you my ship outs. And you see all those containers sitting up there? They were doing all that squawking. When all those orders were pushing through. You see any bread being taken off my table? Well, you don't control God, so. All that squawking for nothing. Waste of time. Just got into a buttload of trouble. That's all they did. Just get into a lot of trouble. this ain't even the rest of them. I'm just only partial. I got to ship out for, found out how many were in the account. I got to ship out for Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Because I still got orders pushing through. So you're not taking anything from me. You're not. All that campaign for nothing. Waste all that time for nothing. Could have been doing something else with it. Yep. I don't want to brag, and I don't like to brag at all, but if you sit there and look at my table and go, well, that's not a lot of order. That stuff goes for $300 and $400 a container. Those are gallons. Gallons go for like almost about $368 around that price. Yeah, I don't make 60 bucks. I don't know what, I tried that already. Didn't work out too well for me. It cost me a lot of money to make the product, and it was just, if I wanted to get my worth for my product, I had to work hard to get it. Which means I had to do a lot of testing, a lot of demonstrations, go to a lot of forum sites, talk about my product, back my product, take on a lot of certified screens, because they couldn't care less about the screen paints. They really didn't. They're more concerned if you could take out a physical screen. That's where your value comes in now. Again, you're dealing with a company at the end of the day that has the power to potentially sue you, just like that. So you better make sure that your tests are 100% on point, and you're not faking any demonstrations. You're not faking your specifications, because they're looking for, what do you call it? Damage in your armor. That's what they're literally looking for. So I'm pretty sure they researched my company and looked through all my videos to see what kind of person I was, and realized that I'm not the kind of person to mess with. That my stuff is tested. I can basically challenge anybody I want. And that's not the kind of person they want to go head to head with. So they will test your stuff. They will make sure that, hey, look, this company out there testing your stuff at the end of the day, because they got scouts. And they'll go look into your stuff and go, oh, man, stuff is not even a threat. Moving on. Yeah, when they contact you, they already know from the door. And I've been contacted by companies before. So when they contact you, they did their research. They know. You know, they'll check and see if I committed any crimes against them, if I slandered their product and all that, which I don't do. Just do a fair side-by-side demonstration. That's all I do. And if the product is good, I give it high praise, which I do. Several of the certified screens I do like. Yep. Yes, sirree. So, if you are into doing sneaky, dirty stuff, and you try to go near one of those certifieds and do that, they'll contact you right away. Without hesitation, they'll contact you. Yep. Now, say if I started a marketing campaign by saying that my technology was better than Black Diamond, do you think they would challenge my screen? I don't think they would. Because what they're seeing right now is nothing compared to what we have planned in 2025 and 2026. Ooh, man, when that Omega launches, that is the lights out for everything. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, we got that FLE technology that absorbs sunlight, but the Omega is going to be different. They're going to be embedded with the FLE technology. So that's going to be a whole crazy form of technology. And none of them are going to be a screen paint. Every single one's going to be physical. That's the best way to go. All right, there we go with that. So we got another one to go. Yep, our Lord blesses us and makes sure we have what we need and when we need it. And the devil can't take it away. Because he'll try. He'll try to take your blessings away from you as fast as you get them. I'm just here to tell the naysayers, you haven't learned anything yet? You haven't watched? Go to my YouTube channel and look up ship outs. Look at all the time you wasted doing your little campaigns, and see it hasn't affected me one bit at all. Nope. Because Lord's not going to allow that to happen. Even brought some guy in who called himself being a minister and tried to make me look like a fake Christian. And he ended up outing himself as being a fake person, a fake Christian altogether. Called himself a minister, never was a minister, not registered anywhere, no licenses, nothing at all, no doctor, not a thing, nothing. There's nothing was found on him, not a thing. Couldn't even find a church, nothing. And then got on my phone and carried on and acted up. That's not how ministers act. And sent us email messages bombarding our accounts and carrying on and acting up. That's not how a minister acts. God does not like fake sheep. Oh, that came out real nicely. I'm gonna get me one of them pity bowls machines. I'm looking at one to get one of these because I want to ship something interesting that the postal service won't take. I'm gonna invest in a pity bowl machine. Oh, there we go. That's, well, we got one more over here. Okay, let's get this one done. This is when they get most bitter. You're bitter about another man's work. Oh, I can't do that. I can never be bitter about another man's work. Never, ever. Unless they're no, not bitter. I'd say basically disappointed. Disappointed when I see people cutting corners and cheating and all that stuff. Yeah, it's disappointing. But bitter about their work? No, I got better things to do with my time. I really do. Guy was asking me, he was like, so what else do you do besides screen paint? I study a couple things. I'm actually building furniture out of cardboard. I started onto that adventure. I'm learning how to grow plants. And basically, I'm studying hydroelectric energy. Well, hydroelectric energy. Well, yeah, same thing. Hydroelectric energy. That's what I'm studying. There we go. That came out real nice, too. All right, let's get our containers all ready to go. Got the heat gun ready. We haven't made the formula yet. We're just getting the containers ready. That's what we're doing first. Get that done. I'll do that later on. We got 4 of these going out. Thank you to the customer for the order. I appreciate it. Only store that I go to that has Scotch tape. I love Scotch tape. Scotch tape in a heat gun goes very well. It just does. Now, mind you, these tops that we put on are glued on. So you can get them off. It's a little bit, but you can get them off. But they're glued on. They're sealed very, very well. So it's kind of hard to get one of these babies open. But the new ones we got for the 16 ounces, it's like an Anderson bottle. You can literally drop some weights on that thing, won't even crack, buckle, nothing. Because the harder it is for get in, the harder it is for stuff to get out. And I record these, you know why? Because when someone files a false claim against me and say, hey, product opened up, it leaked, it wasn't packed too well, we show them these demonstrations right here. Everything is documented. All right, let me see. I haven't got a chance to download any games yet. Hopefully, I want to get the Defender. If they have it, I got my Steam account already open already. I want to get the Defender because I want to run it through my joystick. I want the first game I'm getting. My parts are coming in from my cardboard PC, which I can't wait for that. Cardboard PC. And it's funny how I'll get people coming like, Eric, no, that thing is all over the internet, buddy. Just type it in. The people built them way before I did. That's how I found out about them. Yeah. All right, that looks nice. Put this on here. I can't wait to update our page with our gaming page. We're gonna have I haven't got the sizes yet, but we're gonna have a gaming mat that allow you to game to the floor. And we're going to show you several projectors you can use that are going to be extremely cheap. So because you're sitting there saying, I don't have a projector to do that with. We can show you what we can. But matter of fact, I just had a conversation with a couple of people helping out with projects, and the first thing that came up was, we don't want to spend a lot of money for a projector. And I was like, oh, I got you right there, because we don't spend money for our projectors. See, that's the reason why you do not do demonstrations on high-powered machines. Because again, majority of most customers don't want to spend the money, and they really don't. And if you can get a good image off a 720p, a 600 by 800 res projector at 50 lumens to a surface, yeah, you're doing extremely good. If they got the money, they'll spend it. And if they don't have to. That's the whole point. It's not that you have to spend the money because you don't have a choice, because your options are going to basically, you know, dissolve because your projector is not powerful enough. No, we don't have that issue. All right, that one's done. Let's grab me another one. Should be to do that on a weaker projector and still be to produce an amazing level. But if you're dealing with the gray and white screen, you're going to have to pay for that contrast. You definitely will be paying for it. Definitely. You don't have a choice. You have to pay for it. At least the gunmetal screens give you a better chance of picking up a darker shade of gray, but white and gray screens are going to require you to spend that money. And for those who disagree with me, enlighten me, show me a demonstration of a gray and white screen, fully lit environment, preferably to the ceiling, what I would actually prefer, with lights on, because there's no way to dodge that one. You ain't putting on no lamps for that one. And show me a Starville demonstration in a fully lit environment to the ceiling. You won't find one because they don't work. Gotta spend the money for that contrast. Contrast is expensive. My customers don't pay for contrast. It's free. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get this one right here. Here we go. Nope. All right, make sure we don't get these upside down because these labels are dark. Gee whiz, I don't even got the heat gun hit these things yet. I'm trying to get the label up here, and man, these things can, yeah, this is going to shrink real nicely. I love the Scotch tape. It is fantastic for when you hit it with the heat gun, they shrink right to the container. All right, so that's another one finished. Let's get this section over here. Put that over there. And get our containers for here. That's the fellow who has the gallon. Now, I have to do this for court. Friday, I will be sending off a certified letter requesting my ship back. Not that word, as in ship back, as in S-H-I-P B-A-C-K, not the curse word. But I'm going to request it to someone which we're taking to court. I'm going to be requesting my items. You claim you have them, right? You have my products, so you can ship them back here. So we're going to send you out a certified letter, and we'll know that it reached destination. That way you're going to have to prove to the court or show some kind of verified receipt that you actually do have our products when you did the testing. Mind you, we did send you a certified letter requesting for black paint, which we never received. That will be used against you in court. So just want to make that note real quick. Plug that in there real quick. This is going on. I can't wait for I do the packaging. The packaging is going to be so fast. And then with the whatchamacallit, the labels we have, we're going to do custom labels for the 16 ounces, because I just have to peel them up and boop, put the labels on them. Done. I don't have to print anything out. I'm gonna let Vista Print design those for me, because they always do our labels anyway. They do a fantastic job of doing labels. I used to get all my stuff done through Vista Print, but it just took too long for me to get from A to B. So I decided to make it in myself, which is good, handy way to learn something different. Water filtration systems, water harvesting systems. Me sitting here listening to this music, I can be learning something. Let me see something for a minute. Let me see. The meaning of hydroelectric energy. I gotta make a kitty version of it. We don't need the kitty version. We're good. All about hydroelectric energy. Here we go.
Even if you don't see, taste, or smell anything wrong in your drinking water, that doesn't mean everything is okay.
170,000 cubic meters of water flow past.
If you find this boring, this is what I like to listen to.
60 kilometers per hour. That's enough water to fill about 100,000 Olympic swimming pools every day. Standing here, you can actually feel the power of the water. Harnessing that power is what hydroelectric stations have been designed to do for over 100 years in Ontario. In essence, they are factories that convert the energy of falling.
Because it's kind of hard to understand if you're not looking at the monitor. Unless you kind of get it at the end of the day. I'm kind of building this power station at the home front, and I'm using it to power a light bulb. I want to make it so it's self-sufficient, so that's what I'm working on my off time, besides building furniture out of cardboard. This is the stuff that I study. This is stuff that I like. I like the fact of harnessing free power.
Water into the flow of electrons, or what is commonly called electricity, the electricity that powers the province. Most hydroelectric stations use either water diverted around the natural drop of a river, such as a waterfall or rapids, or a dam is built across a river to raise the water level and provide the drop needed to create a driving force. Water at the higher level is collected in the forebay. It flows through the plant intake into a pipe called a penstock, which carries it down to a turbine water wheel at the lower water level. The water pressure increases as it flows down the penstock. It is this pressure and flow that drives the turbine that is connected to the generator. Inside the generator is the rotor that is spun by the turbine. Large electromagnets are attached to the rotor located within coils of copper wire called a stator. As the generator rotor spins the magnets, a flow of electrons is created in the coils of the stator. This produces electricity that can be stepped up in voltage through the station transformers and sent across transmission lines.
And this is so fascinating.
The falling
electricity
water,
from
having
water.
served its purpose, exits the generating station to the tail race, where it rejoins the main stream of the river to continue the cycle of creating clean, renewable energy for Ontario.
That is just so fascinating that you get electricity from water, energy in water. You're literally drinking energy. That is just so fascinating. And it's endless. It's just constantly endless. It's not something you have to buy. It's like an endless resource for free. Whoever came up with the idea on harnessing power from water, freaking genius. At the end of the day, you don't have to worry about stock. It comes from the sky. It comes from God. So you constantly have an endless supply of it. That is fascinating. Let me see. Let me see. Power. Oh, this guy built an actual damn. You gotta be kidding me. He built a mini system. That is insane. I love people like this. I spend all day long talking to people like this. Okay, let me see. The invention of the steam automobile. Steam automobile, the first car. Oh, if you imagine if you drove one of these things today, yeah, this is actually incredible. I love this kind of stuff. The steam one machine. That's another one. How does it work? Steam engines.
Over the course of human existence, the most significant catalyst for growth has been our ability to draw energy from our world. Taming fire gave birth to the modern human, and drawing power from the wind allowed early explorers to travel the world. But today, we're going to explore the history and science behind one of humanity's greatest inventions, the steam engine. The evolution of the steam engine completely revolutionized our society. It opened new avenues for trade and caused mass migrations of rural populations into the newly industrialized cities. What I found most fascinating was the lessons its evolution taught us about science and engineering. This is one of the first practical steam engines, and it was used to pump water. The engine was incredibly inefficient. This machine was not going to start any industrial revolution, but it found a niche in coal mining, where its fuel was cheap and readily available. To investigate why this engine was so inefficient, let's first talk about how it works. The engine takes energy stored in coal and converts it to heat. That heat is used to form steam, which expands into a piston cylinder, causing the pressure to increase and forcing the piston to rise against atmospheric pressure. No mechanical work occurs on the stroke, because this chain can only transmit force in tension. The power stroke occurs when cold water is sprayed into the cylinder. This lowers the temperature, causing the pressure to drop. Atmospheric pressure now pushes the piston back down. We want to be able to quantify how much work is being done per cycle of this engine. To do that, we plot the pressure and volume inside the piston cylinder for one cycle, like this. The area inside is the work done, but this is the idealized PV diagram. In practice, there is a lot more energy being wasted. We lose a big chunk here because the steam is prevented from expanding to its full volume. A lot of energy is lost to the environment too. This is clearly visible with thermal imaging. The effect is made worse by cooling the entire cylinder with cold water. So an immediate improvement is to make a separate condenser. Here the steam can be cooled without cooling the entire cylinder. There are a lot more inefficiencies involved that reduce the total work done. Many of them are unavoidable, but we can...
That scares me to work with steam because steam is combustible. It is literally combustible. All right. Sorry, my brain uses at 100 miles an hour. I get that information that I move from somewhere else. And speaking of trains, there's one behind us. Let me see. Curious about, let's see. Vegetable oil cool PCs. Here's when people were first testing them out. That's mine right there. That's mine right there. That's mine right there. Mineral oil. I haven't done mineral oil yet. Oh, these jokers, man. They did it completely wrong. Like, stupid. Did it definitely wrong. This is what happens. You take 3 people who know nothing about how to build a PC and give them a TV show and say, hey, let's go build a vegetable cool PC. Yeah, you cooked your machine. Like, it's not going to last long.
Getting hot. What's pain in the neck? But especially if you're gaming, you know, if you're gaming, that machine gets smoking. Overheats all the time. Overclocking it overheats.
You can tell that people just don't do any form of PC gaming whatsoever, literally. So their setup is just, it's basic, but the problem you have is it's still going to overheat.
It's crazy overheating. This is on fire. But anyway, we're thinking, what can we do? How can we solve this problem? Well, Alan Nation right here, IT guy extraordinaire, sort of came up with a solution. I'm going to call it Strip PC. What do you call it?
Well, I call it making this thing quiet.
Okay.
Guys, so you rip this guy out. Now,
that's stupid. Why in the world would you take out the power supply? You don't need to take the fan. The power supply, the fans are going to stop working regardless. They get coagulated. They stop working altogether. So there's no point going through taking apart the power supply. It's pointless. Just leave it all together.
So this,
Anybody
take
doing
notes. Take notes. Those at home.
You don't
Anybody
need to do
doing it
that.
want to put
That's
this
just
back
too much
on,
work.
because last night I accidentally brushed up against it, gave myself a little jolt.
Did you like it a little?
Electricity.
A little?
Felt good for a while.
That's how I get my hair like this, to tell you the truth.
And then here I've got one of the new video cards. You can see the fan on it. These guys.
To take off all the fans.
Give me the
fans. I'm just the assistant over here. So
There we go.
hold that
Made
down.
to make a
And so
difference.
now these heat sinks here are going to pull the heat out and put it into the oil, and then it just dissipates right into
Now,
the whole
why are
vat.
we using?
No, it doesn't. It actually heats the tank up even faster. So all the heat that basically generates off your CPU, GPU, and basically all the heat sinks are going to basically just push heat into the oil. And all it's going to do is just heat up extremely, extremely fast. But the problem you're going to have is not those. That's the lighter stuff. The big problem you're going to have is your CPU. That sucker is going to generate a ton of heat. Yeah, and that's going to definitely cook your system. That's what cooks your system. So let me see what he does here.
Why don't you give people a little bit of background of like your history and why you know so much? Why you're IT guy?
Well, I've been working in IT for 15 years
Kind of
now,
spill, Tina.
and messing around with
You can
hardware is
help.
what I like to do.
You can help.
And so this was really intriguing because fans and CPUs are getting so much faster, and they're getting they get hot and they make a lot of noise from all.
All right, that's completely stupid. So basically, you can have all the parts in there. You can literally have the power supply running at the same time while you put the vegetable oil. It's not going to mess it up. They did the long way around this.
Yeah.
That you need a pump that can handle something this thick.
Wow. So
That's
where
some
would you get
serious
a pump that thick that could handle a thickness like that? Do you know?
You know, I don't know off the top of my head.
But
man.
without the
Any fish tank pump will actually run through vegetable oil, literally.
pump,
Watch.
this can go
I'll show you
for
in my
It can go for a long
demonstration.
time.
quite a
If-
while.
On the website, you'll see that they said their unit they had hooked up, which was a pretty beefy CPU and video card, got up to 104 degrees,
Okay.
which is pretty moderate.
And that's
for
how long do you think it took to get that?
30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My job is done, and I don't trust either of you, so I'm gonna let you guys do this. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Hey, Tina Wood, everyone. Tina Wood. Thank you. Tina Wood. Okay. All right. That's fine. You shouldn't trust me. Neither should you. Let's move on.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is get some of this extra stuff out of the
No,
way.
is it plugged in right now? Is the computer
No,
on?
it's
But
not
we're
plugged
gonna
in.
turn it on, right?
Yes,
Okay. And is it connected to this monitor? Can we prove people that it's working?
we're gonna prove it. We're gonna show the actual
We don't want to
computer
fake you.
booting up.
Okay.
So what
So
we're
the
gonna
fans
do
go goodbye.
first is before we even
It's just
power
too
it
much
up,
work
we're
to rip all
drop it
down.
in the oil.
Okay. Can I help?
Yep, you can.
Okay.
Okay, so just
So now this is a plug, which is not plugged in. Okay, we will plug it in though. Oh, a keyboard and everything.
yeah, we're gonna have the full thing just like you would be doing
It
at
would
home.
be so awesome if you could get like fish that lived in oil and had fish swimming around your CPU thing.
Oh my goodness. You can get fish. I swear, if aliens do exist, please take me from off this planet. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I just want to entertain myself with this nonsense. Okay. They just dropped it in that way. That's just no. I watched this video. I literally watched this video before I actually put mine together. I was like, what the freak are we doing over here? Now, see, he did it right. He has all his parts in there. But you have to put liquid cooling. Liquid cooling is extremely important because what happens is if you do one where basically the system
Hey, how you guys doing?
doesn't have a liquid cooling system, your CPU will literally cook the PC.
Up there, my name is
And
James Bird.
you can have all the fans in, you can have everything in there. It's just the fans will run for a little bit, but they'll die out. You can run LED lights, you can run just about anything you want in there will power up with no problem. You just can't run your hard drive, you can't run your optical drive, none of this stuff will run and whatsoever, none of the radiator fans. So if you look at my, whatchamacallit, I got my system at 22 Celsius on my machine. You can run all that with no problem whatsoever. You don't have to take apart the power supply. That's freaking dinky. Yeah, you got a jolt. You ain't supposed to take a thing apart to begin with. That's just downright stupid. You just asking to get electrocuted. But no, you can take the whole thing apart. You don't take it all apart. Runs perfectly with no problem. I built a couple of these machines. And as for running the bubble machine to make the bubbles pop out, again, for the fish, that's nothing. There's a bubble system right there, which I have for the BioShock setup. Right there, whole entire power supplies in there with no problem. And there's a bubble system in the back. It runs right through vegetable oil. You want to get something clean. You don't want to go. You want to go with light. The light's better because it's more visible for you to see your stuff. But yeah, you can run all that stuff easily. Get one right there. I'm gonna build another one. I'm gonna build when we get a micro ATX. I'm gonna put one together with a micro ATX. I haven't done a micro ATX case yet. And it runs with no problem. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Fan switches. See right there, the whatchamacallit does run. So they're saying the fans don't run. They do run. If you look at my power supply, you'll see it start to move. See, there you go, and the system will cut on. MSI is my favorite That's my best. That's my favorite hardware. I need to look up and see if they got anything new. That's pretty much it. You can run the whole system, no problem. And that's my second one over there that I built. I built two of them. That's one and that one. Next time I'm doing mine with a plastic case. The glass cases are freaking headaches. They are really hard to get your motherboard to fit in a glass case because it's going to be sliding all over the place. So I had to attach hooks on the side so it would hook in over top of the glass case. The new one I got is plastic, so that'll be easy to put my case in. Picture slideshow. Yes, a picture slideshow. Where's one I'm actually pouring oil on top of that sucker? Ran a webcam under vegetable oil. Ran perfectly for a while. It sucker did break though. Using liquid nitrogen? You have lost your freaking mind. That is freaking cool. I want to see if they got the UFO. They got the big boy UFO. They built the UFO case. He built his case for it. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Oh, great. Look, I told you, this guy sits there and copies everything I do. So now I'm using these containers. He's using containers. Buddy, your stuff is house paint, man. Your stuff is freaking house paint. Give it up. Your stuff is house paint. That's him trying to do something. At the end of the day, he tries to do the same thing I do. I told you he copies everything I do. Doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, your product is house paint. That's what it comes down to. He comes to my channel. I told you he copies everything we do. Now he's trying to sell this mess at the end of the day. And we all know what it is. So, again, Jamie, the way you carried on the last couple of days, doxing my address and all that carrying on your website, no one's going to be passing over no credit cards or no debit cards. And knowing that your product is faulty, it's not tested, they're not going to touch it. It's just another scam. Look, trying to dial it up for another scam. All my stuff is tested. All my product I have here can take out certified screens and all that other good stuff at the end of the day. Give it up. I'm gonna stop ripping people off. I ain't gonna bother to entertain it. I don't want to watch it because I know exactly what it is. We can make everything he has over there. Literally, black and white demonstration challenge. It's the same thing. It's black and white paint. I know we ain't talking about look. Let me see. He says updates and more. Thank you, Black Series Edition, for promoting. Oh no, we didn't promote anything for you. You got outed. How would we be promoting anything for you? You went on your website. You posted addresses on your website. You ranted and carried on the last couple of days. Entertained the word N-word, which we all clearly saw with this account. Your product is house paint. You stole images off of Google. You ripped off a bunch of your customers, and technically we can't find anybody buying your stuff, which they shouldn't at all, period. Specification sheets are incorrect. What's the other thing too? Your shipping policy is horrible. It's designed to rip your customers off. You have no testing, no batch numbers, nothing. You can't even do a proper ship back. Not a thing. No one's buying that stuff. That's just them running another scam, like someone's actually buying the stuff, but they're not. Let's move on. Always desperate. He's always desperate. Let me see. How did they do the veggie oil part 2? Oh, yeah, I remember part 2. Oh, Xbox 360. We dropped an Xbox 360 in vegetable oil, and it ran too. It actually freaking ran. And it actually didn't burn out, which I wish I would have figured that out when I first bought one. Oh, look at that one. That is really nice. That's a pretty cool one. I like that. Let me see. Huge thermaltake see-through cases. Okay, let me see. No, we didn't ask for all that. Thermaltake huge UFO cases. They can't get it right. I gotta go to here because they can't get it right. Thermaltake huge glass cases. These are Thermaltakes. They got the UFOs. Thermaltake. I want the UFOs. UFO cases. UFO case. UFO. PC case. I know Frozen PC used to sell these things. There we go. There we go. These are the big monsters right here. The UFO case. We got the clear acrylic. Clear acrylic UFO case. See? They call UFOs. That's the name they call them. That's what they call them. UFOs. They're the clear acrylic cases. That's what I modified for the Xbox 360. I put it in a UFO case. If I'm going to do a 2-console setup with a PC, you need a pretty big case to do this thing. These are the UFO cases right here. Oh man, I miss mine. I should get me another one of those. I haven't had one of those in a while. Sunbeam UFO clear cases. Sunbeam UFO clear PC cases. Literally got show me. Really? Seriously? Am I speaking another language here? Sunbeam UFO cases clear. Gee whiz, what the freak? Who's got these? Amazon got these? The transparent cubes? Oh, they can't have. These things are kind of hard to get. Nope, ain't got it there. Who got one of these things? I want one. Because heck, I'll put the whatchamacallit in one of these, the PS5 in one of these. Does PC Gear, do they have it? Discontinue. Oh no, we didn't discontinue the case. Really, that was a banging case. Oh, PS5 would look sick in one of these too. I can turn that into a block of ice. Oh man, Sunbeam UFO case. Let me see. Clear acrylic PC case for sale. This is not clear acrylic. This is just from the side. I'm talking about fully clear acrylic. Wait a minute, what's this? It's probably not gonna fit. Oh, gee, the freak. Yeah, mini ATX is going into this. Oh, that's just gonna be a bit of a stretch to put that system in there. Let me see. This is too small. Oh man, I should have kept mine. If I knew they were going to basically. Oh, wait. This is a torture rack. I don't think I want to put the PS5 on the torture rack. I really don't want to do that. This might be a nice case. This is a, okay. There you go. That's a case for the PS5. That's a perfect case right there. That is beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. It's a bit pricey. It's $118, but it's perfect. This is what I'm going to put my PS5 in. It's absolutely perfect. It's got the beautiful fans. These fans come with this sucker. Because they better be for $100-something I'm paying for this thing. 9, so you fans. Oh, we get the fans and everything. Yeah, I'm going to put the PS5 in here. This is going to look sick. And we can run liquid cooling. I can literally run my liquid cooling radiator system from here right straight into the PS5 motherboard, right from there. And since the power supply is so thin, it's small, I can build me a small case with some air duct holes in the case that'll actually push air, because the PS5 motherboard looks like a boot. It does. It looks like a boot. So I have to literally fit a case, an acrylic case around that. So we can have duct system that'll push air from the top into the bottom. Oh man, yeah, I like this right here. Gonna do something different with the PS5. And we got the hard drive ports over here. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, this is fantastic. This is perfect. And is that glass? Tempered glass. Oh, it's tempered glass. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fantastic. Definitely gonna spray that. Definitely gonna spray it with an invisible glow chemical. Definitely gonna spray that. We found a machine. This is perfect. I want to see this thing up close. Oh, why couldn't the PS5 have a dedicated graphic card attached to it so I could hook it up with a liquid cooling system? So we're gonna max out. It's 8 terabytes can go into this system. Pretty sure we can get, it comes with 1. So it comes with 1. So we'll upgrade that one, and then we'll take the other half of 4 and we'll stick that into an enclosure case that will have a unit where I can actually plug my liquid cooling system from the CPU into the hard drive, out of the hard drive, back into the CPU.
So the first thing that we're going to be doing is going over all of the parts to build this actual computer. The case is over here.
We're not putting a computer in there. We're good. We're just going to put a PS5 in there. That's what we're going to do, because I am not dealing with that. Sorry, people. I know people get upset when I say this dinky case. The case is dinky. It's dinky. I'm sorry. It's dinky. It's an ugly case. It is. It's an ugly case. Like somebody put a piece of styrofoam on a hot radiator. I hate the case. I can't stand it. It's ugly. It is. I'm putting mine out. I'm taking mine out and putting liquid cooling system in it. Oh, heck yeah. This is the perfect case for it. If you're going to build it close to a PC, stick it in a PC case. It's kind of like, they try to make it still a console, but technically it is almost like a PC. Only difference is you really can't take it apart. Like you can take some of it apart, not all of it apart. Like can't change out your graphic card, can't upgrade your RAM, you can upgrade your hard drive. Maybe no, you can't upgrade no CPU. That's what the other two of them for. The other one was break it down so you can basically pull out that CPU and upgrade it. But I'm pretty sure we can't. I've seen somebody actually convert one where they got the power supply to run off a regular power supply. That was interesting. But that case got to go. Now I seen one up. My sister's boyfriend has one. I was like, ugh, this thing is so ugly. I ain't saying in front of him, but it's an ugly case. Some people love it. It's to each his own. I'm not trying to step on anybody's feet. If you love it, hey, that's you in the day. More power to you. Many blessings. But for me, a case sucks. I hate it. It's disgusting. The Xbox case sucks too. I can't stand that thing either. It looks like a paper shredder. That's what it does. That thing is ugly. So if I get one of those, I'm definitely whipping that thing out of the case. As a matter of fact, I need to look at the schematics on how to pull the Xbox out of its system. I really need to do. If I can get both of them in there, that'd be nice, and get the lights to change half and half. Would be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm definitely going to grab me one of these babies right here. I'm definitely going to grab me one. It has a glass door attached to it. Oh, glass door. We can put ad tech on it. we can actually advertise with a mini projector, right? Oh my goodness, I just thought about that. The door's made out of glass. I literally can coat it with AdTech, and I can literally put a mini projector in there to basically display an image off the side of the glass door. Oh yeah, that is going to be hot. Can you imagine me gaming off the glass door of the PS5 that's inside of the computer case? Did they just blow your mind? They just blew mine. Yes, and it's enough room in there for me to actually put and mount a small little projector in there. And projectors are small. Oh heck yeah, I can game off my case window with the AdTech. Yeah. Did we just save this? Yeah, because I'm definitely going to get this today. I'm purchasing this baby today. This thing is sick. So, you know, for you people have been contacting me, you naysayers, about saying, oh, you don't have the PS5? Mine's going to be much more advanced than yours. And when I get done stripping down the second one and figuring out what the heck I can do with that thing, I'm pretty sure I figure I can upgrade it. Just like the Xbox 360, we modded the daylights out of that thing. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. All right, let me get these orders done because I got stuff to do today. I'm getting caught up. This is what happens when my brain races at 100 miles and I'm always thinking about something else. Yeah, I'm going to hook that up. How big is this thing by any chance? I know it's a good size. I should have watched the guy pull the case out when he was showing it. Definitely loving this one. I'm definitely loving. What's this one right here? This is the box version. The box one. And it's right here. This is what, a little bigger? So this is right here. It's right here. So this one right here. How much you want for this one? This is 95 bucks. I ain't feeling it. The other one had more glass on it. And this is what? This is 109. Yeah, not feeling it. I like this one. This is the one that's got my goat. I'm loving that one. That's the one I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm getting this one definitely for my PS5 system. Yes, sirree. I'm gonna hook that sucker up. Yeah, ain't no overheating for me at the end of the day. That's the one thing I don't like about the console system. When you strip these suckers down, you realize that they have some real powerful parts in them, but they compress everything together, just like that Dell system. They compress it all together, and then you wonder why your system's burning out and overheating and all that nonsense is going on. It used to be worse when you were playing games and you were buffering all that nonsense at the end of the day. If you had all this action going on in your game and you was constantly, you just going woo on your dish, you remember that sound? Yeah, you was definitely going to burn your system out. The Xbox 360, literally, the optical drive was about that freaking close to the GPU. It was literally sitting right on top of it. There was no airflow for the GPU. That's why your systems were burning out left and right. And then on top of that, they put the spring lock system in for how they would connect the heat sink fan to the CPU. It was kind of a spring lock system, and the only thing that was really holding together was thermal paste, so the board would actually move. You know, your board actually moves, and if you don't have enough airflow in there, it's too much heat, your board actually starts to move. It starts rippling slowly, not like you can see it at all, period. But anyway, the thermal paste was cheap thermal paste, and it became brittle, and basically it deteriorated, and it would lift those springs up, and you would have this heat friction moving back and forth, including your GPU that was actually overheating inside of that compressed freaking microwave, and then you would red ring. Just like that. No matter what you did, it'll make a difference if you took it back and got the coffin and you fixed it over and over again, it still was going to do the exact same thing all over again. And this is the reason why people were ripping them apart and basically wiring computer parts, cooling systems into them. Because that cooling system they gave you snapped on the back of it, that thing wasn't going to do jack for you at all, period. They were just gimmicks. That's all. You literally had to take one of those things apart. I had, let me see. See if I can find any of my Xbox 360 mods. Xbox 360 cooling mods. All this stuff. People just tried all kinds of stuff. Look, they put fans on the side of them. I've done this one before. I put fans on the side of my system. Let's see. What would have been back then? That would have been digital one, crystal screen paint, right? Yeah, it would have been digital one. That's who I would have been. One. Man, I tried everything. I had bought so many of those boxes, and they just kept burning out and burning out. Did the whole coffin thing. Still got it back. Burnt out. It's a freaking headache. And then I was watching the instructions, like how to take it apart. And then you find out it has like the the special screws. And what people were doing was they were just taking the routing tool I had behind me. They were slicing the screws and turning them into flatheads and pulling up the head. That's how you would do it. You turn them into flatheads. Yep. See the fan system? A lot of people were doing it with the fan system. They were throwing fans on them just to cool it down. But the problem was you were just pushing around a lot of air. Some people had the fans pushing in, which was a bad idea. You should have the fans going up to pull the hot air out of the system. You were just pushing it around. But see all the crap people had to go through? Yeah, you literally had to cut these machines up just to get them to cool down. Because people got tired of it. I mean, you're only going to buy so many of them before you freaking start losing it. And start thinking like, oh, man, this is just going to be a freaking headache. I'm just going to be doing this over and over again. I don't know if we can find that video. That might have been before I even had my account. I know we did the vegetable oil. I did drop one on vegetable oil. Xbox 360... vegetable oil. I dropped one in vegetable, and it actually did work. It actually worked a lot longer. It didn't even red ring or nothing. Veggie. It's the last one I did. Last mod I did for a console. Here we go. This is an Xbox 60 running in vegetable oil. Runs perfectly.
And I'm going to dump that too. And 20mm fan right here for air oil flow. Got another one here on the side. They're not powered up because I'm still working on the wiring back here for it. There's a compressor right there, fish tank compressor, blowing some bubbles out.
The bubbles are good because basically you will basically push heat into that oil. That's definitely going to happen, but you're going to have to be able to even it out, like, you know, smooth it out. And that's what that bubble system does. That's what I drop in the tank. It's just more for pretty.
All right, so I did like a kind of corroded kind of bio container, something really rusted, you know what I mean? It's very easy to build. This is just fish tank.
There's the hard drive system.
Here is the Xbox 60 optical drive, hard drive, and this is the hard drive cooler I'm designing for right now. It's going to sit right up top. It's going to be really cool design, have lights going all around it. Here are the boxes for the UV lights. There's one of the UV lights right there. The pipes are made out of old toilet paper.
Let's get to the hot part of this thing.
Right here. Put it in the front. All right, so we're going to turn it on. There it is, spinning. Let's see this.
Controller's running. Watch this.
There it
Yeah,
is.
got an Xbox 60 to run under vegetable oil. And it stayed nice and cool. So I had temperature gauges in there that can tell exactly how hot the system was getting. It was quite cool. I wish I would have figured that nonsense out before the system actually started changing over for the new one. This is right around the Xbox 60 was actually going out.
Looks like it is, but it is solid off. There it is. Sorry, I don't have the internet on right now on the Xbox. I'm still working on the back of it. And I'm going to press for the Dynasty Warrior.
And Dynasty Warrior was the one that was responsible for burning my game. It was Halo, Dynasty, Gears of War, games that had a lot going on in the game. A lot of basically buffering going on in the game would actually burn out.
There we go.
Yep. And that's our digital one crystal screen paint, by the way.
Now, I've had it, this is my first time logging it online. I've actually had this thing running for about 6 days straight. Not 6 days running straight, but I've been playing it for 6 days, and I haven't had any problems, no overheating issues, nothing. It runs perfectly, and I mean perfectly. If I had known this a long time ago, I would have dumped my last, I think, 13 Xbox 360.
13. I had 13 of these units I
I
bought.
saying, you know, what's the use of doing an Xbox 360?
13 Xbox 360s, and these suckers weren't cheap either. I bought 13 of these units. I had just about every one you could possibly think of, because I was the one to stay online. I had a huge, massive family. That's a game with all the time. So, yeah, vegetable oil. So if you think I can't mod and rip apart and take apart a PS5, please. If it's built like a PC, yeah, it comes apart like a PC. I'll mod the daylights out of that thing when I get done with it. Then I'll show it off to the naysayers. Oh, what does yours look like? This is what mine looks like. Yeah. Except for mine's gonna be a little different than yours, a whole lot different, because I'm gonna resolder mine. That's what the second one's for. The second one's for me to experiment, to figure exactly what I can get away with. And when I figure out exactly what I can do with that board, I'm gonna modify my system. While you'll still be playing in your simple case with your simple hard drive and blah blah blah, I'm gonna modify the crap out of mine. And besides, my case is gonna look absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be clean, beautiful. Yeah, because that's what I do. Xbox 360 and UFO case. Yeah, I actually took one out and connected it to a server board. Basically, I was masking my IP address when I was basically playing on Xbox, and I could actually change my gamer tag at will. You ever pop into a room and see someone's gamer tag literally change in front of you? So and so is so and so, so and so and so and so. Yeah, that was easy to do because that was an IBM motherboard, so it was really easy to manipulate that board. So basically, I had to integrate it into some special stuff. But anyway, just for fun. Not getting in any trouble or anything. I just masked my IP address a lot because, again, I didn't like let people know what I was doing or where I was at, this, that, and the other. Because, you know, people got into a lot of arguments on Xbox system. Let's see. Xbox 360 is the vegetable oil. Cool. Let's go Xbox 360 PC case. Took the system out and installed into a PC case. Yep. We had to rewire the entire system to do it. Let me see if I can find my baby. They had some nice ones. I love the ones. I didn't trash anybody's system. I came like, wow, nice system, cool. You know what I mean? I always gave everybody good support for what they did at the end of the day. But I always had to be different. Everything I have to do has to be different. I can't be the same as everybody else. So I have to do things differently. So when I build my new gaming PC, it's going to be set up for the whole Fallout, because I'm freaking in love with the Fallout now. And basically, I'm going to build that into a piece of furniture. So it has a kind of little antique kind of 1950 design. I literally had to find me a 1950 antique table. I didn't want to cut it up, but I need it because I need it for that particular design. And my my screen is going to be really interesting. Since we developed the screen paint for front and rear, we're going to make a special color for it. Oh, I forgot. I'm finding better. What am I doing here for? What am I doing here? This is just killing myself here. Just go to my own channel. Dig it up. It's right there. Let me see. It's right there, my one. This is the reason why people started modding and taking these things apart, because people were just trying to figure out how to freaking fix them. That was the problem. That was the problem. And then once you popped open, if you knew anything about computers, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I think that's an IBM motherboard? Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to take this thing up. And that's what people started doing. They started tearing them apart and started figuring out exactly what you could do with these things. And man, there were so many, nicer word of putting it, computer experts on the Xbox 360. I must have went into so many modded lobbies. I had so many from the modded lobbies. One guy in Left 4 Dead was making it rain witches in there. The tanks would dance. Oh, it's all tanks in the game. The weapons, Vinicans, machine guns, 50 cal Desert Eagles, everything. They were just modding everything. Burnout Paradise. You ever do Burnout Paradise with a shopping cart? I did. It was actually fun as that. Fun as I don't know what. Let me show you my Xbox 360 in a PC case. Oops, I'm gonna go right there. Bam, 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 bam. That's an Xbox 360 and a bio case. I even changed out my switches too, because I like to switch with the button go ding. So I changed it to the kill switches like you have at the switch before you hit that nuclear explosion. Yeah, those are my kill switches right there to turn it on. Rebuilt the entire system. So if you think at the end of the day that I can't toy with the PS5 and change it to what I want to, you are sadly mistaken. You wait till I see what I do with that thing. And that thing's more powerful than this, so I'm going to have a ball with it. Here, rewired the entire system. Those are the UFO cases. Fan speed controllers, all touchscreen. Even put a little design for a nuclear waste containers that look like they were spilled over. There's my kill switches. I had kill switches for all my lights. See, I can go back into my channel where I used to build PCs and show that part, because everything I say I back up.
So
This is for the naysayers that come into the room tell me, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I know more than you do at the end of the day, trust me. See that system in there? Look at that. You see that system in there? That was integrated. You see those wires in there? It was integrated. There's another server board connected to that. So my server board is underneath of the desk. That motherboard is integrated into a server board, which means I can design any form of program, whatever the freak I want in the day, and I can actually upload it into a lobby. Yup. And I can also mask my IP address so I can't get reported, because they would report you left and right. I got a couple of bans. I did. Now, like I said, this is the reason why I try to teach myself to do things in a Christian matter. But yeah, I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. But yeah, my IP address was masked. You couldn't pick up on me at all, period. I could come on the Xbox 360 with a blank avatar, nothing on my account. You couldn't figure out who it was. So you just thought my world just pertained to screen paint, huh?
That runs
You'd be surprised.
fan controller. And then there's a.
You see that bio goo? That's a custom paint job. I designed that. That glow in the dark UV paint? Yeah, I had that a long time ago. Had the screws you can pull off the side. So, if you popped up on the Xbox 360, I can literally pop into your account. Didn't make a difference if you wanted to basically put passwords and all that, and I can override all that stuff. And pop right into your account. Mask my IP address, gone. Go into my avatar account and check it, there's nothing there at all, period. I can change my gamer tag at will. I ghost. There was a lot going on. There was. There's a lot going on. The majority of people I game with anyway, they would ghost in their accounts too. But yeah, I got a 999 ban for hardware, illegal hardware in my system. It wasn't illegal hardware. I guess it was when you were playing online. But I didn't cheat, which means I didn't basically give myself the ability for immortality and special weapons when I was playing games, because that would be cheating. We did lobbies. Here's my kill switch for my lobbies to change my lights. So those are my black lights. I can turn my black lights on and off that allows the area to glow. But I never did that. I never did that because that's cheating. I used to hate people who did that. They would go into lobbies and it would be modded up and you couldn't kill them or nothing. It was just a bit of a headache. So I never did that. But I would make modded lobbies so other people can come in. We just have fun.
There's a small reactor back there.
So if you notice that all my machines that I built have themes attached to them. So I built this into a radiation. It had spill radiation on the floor, and you can see the containers knocked over. There was a reactor back there. Same thing like the steampunk machines. Oh, the grills, fan grills, you can't buy those. Those are all custom designed. I customized all those.
Yank off the screws. Check on the inside.
So when I tell you that I can take a PS5 and turn it into something completely different, yeehaw! And I care about the warranty? No, I'm good. If I break it, I can fix it myself. We can fix it ourselves. I should show people this when we hit the cameras. And I would show people, some people would show what my box looked like, and they were like, what the freak is that? I said, that's my Xbox 360.
Nuclear waste.
And then I ghost my account right there in front of them. They're like, what? The account would disappear. And the gamer tag would say, so-and-so would be tightening it. So-and-so is going as Honeybee or Baby Bear or Lobster Boy or Chunky Monkey.
Run from here and then come back up to there.
Chunky Monkey. Mr. Chunky Monkey. I had 20 people that I played with. Those are my circle right there. Everybody else I knew from basically chatting in the rooms. That's basically about it. See my Molexes in there? The Molex. I love the Molex. Yup. Those chunky monkey. Now, if I was playing with my crew, yeah, I wasn't ghosting. But if I went to a lobby, did I know anybody in? My count wasn't ghost.
Yeah, it's wired in.
There's no way in the world you're going to figure out who the freak I am when I pop into a lobby. Now I don't do that anymore because I don't really bother with it. I'm gaming online with other people. I don't do that. I got my own people I'm game with. That's it. So I'll leave it at that.
This switch right here
I would say,
controls these lights.
yeah, my switches from my lights. I had to wire all that in. I'll tell you one thing. One thing I learned about the gaming system Xbox 360, I'll never do gaming in live again. I'll do live with my friends, and that's basically about as far as it goes because I got a weakness in there. I got a weakness. I basically lose my temper. I lose my temper. Yeah, your counts won't go bye-bye. So, yeah, that's why I don't game on. I don't, when people invite me in for games, I don't go at all, period. I don't even bother going in there at all. It's just something, it's not tempting to do something stupid, but it's an invitation to give the devil the advantage point for me to do something dumb. Because the minute somebody does something dumb to me, yeah, bye-bye account. So I just stay away from that. All I do is I game with my friends, and that's it. So I game with anybody new. I don't game with them. My accounts are all set up. They're blocked. So bottom line, you can't send me jack at the end of the day. That's why I invite you in. That's it. Before, I had we get 100 people on your list. I had 100 people on there. Yeah. My gamer tag was your God Maker, which wasn't a pretty gamer tag. It wasn't. But it was your God Maker 999. The 999 actually stood for something, but I'm not going to tell you what it stood for. I'm going to leave that alone. But yep, and after when I left off the 360, I was like, you know what? I don't really want to game on console anymore. I really don't want to be bothered. So I game on my PC. I'm to myself. Nobody's on there. It's just me. And once in a while, my friends will pop on, and I game with them, and that's it. That's why I don't game on. I don't really game with anybody anymore. One of the games that actually triggered me the most was Left 4 Dead. Because, I mean, I played on there and had fun and all. But, man, I swear, if I came into that game and I saved your neck and you let me die and laugh about it, yeah, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and have a blank avatar waiting for you. So, yeah, that's why I stopped playing it. If I can't be an adult about it and I can't act right, then I don't deserve to have it. And I just stay off of it. So I spend most of my time playing by myself anyway. Alright, let's get these labels done because I'm getting this all finished up. And I'm going to watch my setups here. Yeah, I love that case. That case is beautiful. It is perfect for the PS5. Why couldn't they stick that case into stick that PS5 into that? That'd have been nice. Oh, man. If they'd have basically... Oh, that would have been nice. If they would have gave it basically dedicated RAM... Might as well. I mean, what the freak? I mean, you're near PC anyway. Might as well. Stop thinking you're a console system. I mean,
sorry about that, people.
Technically, with the parts in there, you're kind of like a weak version of a PC. That's what it is.
Hold on for a minute.
You're near your PC. That's pretty much. I mean, they can honestly say that you're a weak PC, but you're still PC. But to try to stick it in a case as if it's still console, no, that's wrong at the end of the day, because you're gonna burn your system out. I'm curious about this. How many of these systems have burnt out so far?
All right, there we go.
PS5 overheating. Are there overheating issues on this machine? 9 months ago. Gee, I wouldn't be surprised because there's no room in that thing to breathe. Shutting down and randomly overheating. Yeah, of course. Dust and dirt got nothing to do with it. There's no airflow in this thing. And that's another thing too. You got these things sitting on the ground. Do they have filters on them for the dust? It's going to actually, this thing is going to consume, because it's going to consume a ton of dust. There's dust in the air you're going to consume. This thing has to be taken apart. How many things are burning out in the first hour or so they were bricking? Let me see. PS5 overheating issue.
Wash the dishes like a Bosch. With perfect drying results, even on plastics. From Bosch.
These are
Stouffer's
done.
mac and cheese is made with 100%
You think I'm
real
not back here
cheese.
just doing nothing?
So creamy.
He's just back there talking. He's not doing anything.
You're a dog. This is really creamy. You'd love it.
Made with 100%.
In today's video, I'm going to show you every single way to prevent your PS5 from overheating when
Hate
playing
that case
PS5
so much.
games. Now, the PlayStation 5 overheating problem has once again become a pretty hot topic with the recent release of games like Final Fantasy 16 and Diablo 4.
It's
But
definitely
the
gonna
issue
do
is
it.
that many players are noticing that along with these true next-gen performance-intensive games, that some PS5s are either randomly shutting down or overheating, especially when gaming for an extended period of time. So after doing a decent amount of research, I've come up with 5 very specific things that you can do to
Take it out of the
minimize this
case
issue and hopefully prevent it from happening in the future. Now, number 1 is making sure that your PS5 is in a well-ventilated area with a decent amount of space from anything that would prevent the internal cooling systems from working properly.
What did I just say? And you got to take it out of the case, man. Your case is too small. You're running all that heavy hardware in there, and your case is that small. You got that one little fan over top of your CPU. That's it. That's all you got. That's it. Oh, gee whiz, man. I'm never going to have that issue.
Personally, I recommend an open desk setup and avoiding things like media cabinets, which tend to collect dust and offer little to no ventilation. Coming in at number 2, I actually recommend you try placing your PS5 horizontally instead of vertically. Now, for many users that do experience their PS5 overheating, simply placing the system horizontally has been known to help in certain instances. But the next thing you should do at least once a month is properly cleaning your PS5 cooling fan. However, there's actually one very specific place you need to double check, and that is the PS5's power supply. You can do this by first removing the cooling fan and shining a flashlight down into the system until you see the honeycomb-shaped vent. Now, here's what happens.
That's pathetic. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's in a case. Case is too small. So I take out that boot-like power supply, put that inside of a nice acrylic casing, put the vent system in it because my case is going to be designed to push fan up and air into it, and put a nice little fans on top of it, probably like 50 millimeters. I need 150 millimeter to draw the heat out. That's basically about it. There's plenty of airflow pushed into that. And then liquid cool that sucker. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Look at that. That's crazy. Now, most people have them on the floor. And if you don't have it on the floor, if you got it sitting up, my PC sitting up basically collect dust from the door. That's nuts. And then your system's compressed. Yeah, good. You're definitely going to fire. You're going to definitely, that thing's going to set your house on fire. And then the fan. Look at the fan. That's all you're getting for the fan. So the problem you have with the console systems, they want to make them more and more powerful. All right. You want to get close enough to PC, but you're not cooling it like a PC. That's the problem. And just sitting there said, system's too small, has poor ventilation. Yeah.
Happens to this specific area when you don't properly clean your PS5. You can see that this power supply vent is completely covered in dust, which means
how many people are going to take that thing apart and go inside? So the minute you open it up, you void your warranty from the door, because basically you can go in and you can basically upgrade your hard drive. It does give you that capability, but you're going a little too far. You have to really dismantle a lot to get to that part right there. So how many people are willing to go inside of their system and basically clean it out? Not a lot, because in fear they're going to break it. Yeah.
means a much higher chance of your PS5 overheating. Now, unfortunately, the only way to clean the system power supply is by completely taking the system apart, which I will be doing.
What did I just tell you? I just told you that. You're literally going to have to strip that machine apart, which means on top of that, you're going to void your warranty because you got to pull your seals. Here's a trick. Use a heat gun. Heat gun and a pair of tweezers. Pull it off with no problem. Heat it up. Oh, I should be telling you this stuff right then. There really shouldn't be. This is wrong. But anyway, that's how you get around that tag thing altogether. But anyway, yeah, you're going to have to take your baby apart. And again, how many people are willing to take apart their system? Not a lot. So guess what? Goodbye system, because that thing's going to overheat and cook itself. Case is too small. That's why. And it's a dust collector.
step by step in a future video. But the best way you can prevent this from even happening in the first place is by just simply taking the time to properly clean the system at least once per month. Now, up next at number 4 is to try setting your PS5 to performance mode. You can do this by first going into your system settings, then selecting save data and game app settings, then go to presets and choose performance mode instead of resolution mode. And last but not least, the final thing you can do is to try clearing the old PS5 system cache files, followed by rebuilding the system database. You can do this by first putting your PS5 into safe mode by holding down the power button until it beeps twice, then select the clear system cache option and follow up by rebuilding the system database. And that's it. Now you know the 5 things that I recommend you do to help prevent your...
That one better. Just rip the entire thing apart, take it apart, stick it into another case, run a liquid cooling system, be done. That's it. I'll never touch it again. That's it. Done. It's not hard to take those things apart either. I mean, they did it pretty much. It's kind of like they're asking you to do it because if you notice that the PS5 motherboard has the 4 ports needed to run a liquid cooling system. Just got to remove the fans, and then you're going to have to go in and get some alcohol and clean it nicely. I'm going to get some high professional thermal paste because I know the crap they put on is probably junk. And they usually do use cheap thermal paste. So we'll get the good kind. Because that's what they did with the, what was the system I had to take apart? And they had cheap thermal paste on it. Oh, 360, yeah, we took that apart. Yeah. Clean that and put better thermal paste on it because that thing sucked. But anyway, yeah, I told you right from the door, case is too small. That's why I hate the case. And on top of that, to me it's ugly. But yeah, oh wait, this is the wrong one. This is for, this is the 16 ounce because that's much bigger. This is the other one right here for that one over there. Yeah, case is too small. That's what's causing it. And on top of that, the case, when you pop the top off, that's not really, I don't think that's voiding your warranty because that's where they allow you to go in and actually upgrade your hard drive. But as you remove those other screws going into the power supply, you voided your warranty right there from the door. Because it's made for you to pop the top off. The Xbox 360s were nightmares to get through. They were not made to be removed and taken apart. That's it. The top area, yeah. The rest of it, no. You have to get special tools to open those up. But this one, that's the way it's designed. Pop the top, you got access to the hard drive. Other than that, you're gonna get to that. You're gonna get to that boot light power supply. Woo, man, I'm telling you. Let me see. Running the PS5 system off a PC power supply. Look at the boot. I call it the boot. Look at that boot. And it's not going to be hard to actually, I guess, I wonder if it's 4 or 5 is the cable. I think it's 4 pins. You get a 5-pin system. It's a 5-pin system. If I can get an extender to remove my power supply away from the system itself. Because I want it in a separate compartment, like a PC. Look, he water cooled this PS5. He did it. This one that ran a PS5 through a regular power supply, which I don't know why you would need that much power to begin with. The power supply with it is pretty good. Liquid cooling system through a PS5. Water cooled.
How did I go from this?
See, that's fantastic. That's the first video I saw when someone water cooled it. So right there, you actually have your ports for your water cooling system, or your copper block right there. All you got to do is attach your hoses and connect that to your, I think it's the radiator system. Yeah, your radiator system. Yeah. Well, you got to run into a reservoir. Oh, I'm going to do a reservoir. I definitely want to do a reservoir for my system. Oh, gee, that would be hot. I definitely want to do a reservoir.
To this.
Look at that. That's what I'm doing with mine. That is freaking sick. He has a reservoir with his. Oh, I'm gonna do mine, and I want a sky blue, kind of a sky blue crystal blue liquid for it. That's definitely how I'm looking out for mine. Let me see what I got here. What are you doing, furry butt? Rawr, you furry butt. Yes. Right, this is for the other one. So this is for the other one. Other container on the floor. I'm done with my labels. Let's see, where is let me see. Dagnammit, I'm looking for the scissors. Here they go on the floor. Oh, why on the floor? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. That looks freaking hot. But the case is nice, but I want more room. I gotta have a lot more room. Let me see something for a minute. The one I'm asking for is I want to see what this thing looks like. How much room we got to play in this baby? Let me see. This is my baby. I'm gonna put my PS5 in this sucker boy. It's gonna be hot. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hold on for a minute. Oh, you got a couple of them in there. I'm gonna get me a couple of these. That thing is gorgeous. Oh, your rant. We'll forget about your rant. I'll worry about that later.
Did NZXT just make the best PC case that you can get? So this is the H9 Elite, and it's essentially their version of the 011 Dynamic. Now, here's what's cool about this thing. There's no support column that blocks this corner. It's just glass. But on the 011, there's this thing that blocks your view. Also, the top of the case is glass, so you can see right into the PC, where on the 011, you can't. I think it's a cool case. Now I just gotta figure out if I want to make the switch or not. Did NZXT just make the best PC?
Yeah. Technically, I can leave my top clear, and I can run my liquid cooling system underneath.
Hey, we're finally going to be adding streamer cables to my 4090 that is right here. I did go to Micro Center and pick it up. So here.
Yeah, 4090. You're crazy. I'm going to do 5090s. 49s I don't trust. Them suckers overheat. If you got one to work without it overheating, yeah, goody gumdrops for you. That's fantastic.
Big deals at Best Buy.
I wish I could get a 40. I wish I could trust a 4090.
What I wanted to show is what I like and dislike about this Ketier's case right here.
Oh, I don't want to hear about that. I'm putting a PS5 in there. I really don't care about that. I'll watch your review. Ooh, look at that. That's way bigger than what I was going to get.
Normally, I request 2 cases for review. That is so that I can highlight multiple color options and maybe bring out some inconsistencies in color surfaces, but also it makes my job so much more efficient because before I go inside and tell you about all the features, I already actually, in most cases, have built a system, understand what's going on, understand the drawbacks and the positives, because that's the only way you can actually understand what the product is all about. And the new Phanteks NV5, I was skeptical initially, but man, this thing is a rock star.
Didn't review this. I just picked it out and wanted it.
Phanteks basically
I can't wait to hook it up
from 10 years ago by reducing the price, being extremely aggressive and competitive in the market. So the NV5 was supposed to launch at $129, which is quite steep considering it has no fans, but it's still very beautiful, elegant enclosure. Not the fish tank, it's more of a traditional interior layout, but we'll talk about some of the drawbacks and some of the incredibly
I want the fish tank
improvements as well for this type of built-in effects and the performance of all the lighting stuff that is built into the case. Controller for RGB is actually really decent, and I don't need to go into
that one doesn't have the see-through. The one I want has the see-through. Yeah, this would it be it right here. The case was a little bigger. Well, actually, it's nice because then I get another one I can stack. No. We're doing the other PC with a kind of mod to it, so no.
Oh, here comes the bread guy. Come on.
I might do an Xbox system.
$750 like this? Imagine what we could.
With me today, I have the Mustex Y6. Going to tear this case down, take a look at it, talk about its main features real quick. Hopefully that'll help you make a decision if this is the right case for
Already
you.
won it already, buddy. Already won it already.
So let's talk about
Already.
Okay,
wait a minute. We're short on this. Wait a minute.
You want to grab it and kind of give
We
it
have a gallon going out.
Now you will have to kind of
Something's wrong
pull
here.
it a little bit more, and there's just two little pins up here that engage into the case. Now there's a little lip down here that holds it on pretty good, so it's not going to come flying off. Just grab the panel.
That's a 5 for this one.
Lip on the bottom here that
We're missing one.
the case. You can take that off and set it aside.
That's
Now, that
4.
panel
Let me
is
see.
protected by a plastic
1,
piece of film on the
2, 3.
outside. There is no plastic protector on the inside, so
Right.
use caution there. And we've got our front glass, which we do need to remove this front top fan in order to gain access to it. But once that
All right, buddy. I'm gonna get to you in a few minutes. I'm short a label because that is. Let me see how many orders for this one. We have. Oh, and let me get this around the other container because this is already ready to go for this one. And I still got the blue to make. That's perfect. That fits nicely. All right, I got the blue to make. So I'm actually short. So let me see. I have on this one. We have this one's done. We have the one for the customer here. That's one he ordered 32, and that's the gallon. All right, that's the gallon right there. All right, and then we have a customer who ordered a gallon of the black, which we are short. 2. We're short 2 of them, so I got these right here. All right, and then I got a couple more orders going out, which I'm gonna hopefully I get my gallon containers so I can have that done. Let me see. I gotta print some more out because we're definitely short. We're short by 2. I swore I had. These are all. I didn't put any of these on here. It's a Black Widow, Black Widow, Black Widow, Black Widow. Right, these are Black Widows right here. Okay, let me see. We gotta get 2 more. We're short. Come on. Go over. Thank you. All right. Shrink that. Tomorrow's Friday. Good, because I get these out. So these will be done Friday. All right, let me see. Shrink that, and I need 2 of them. There we go. Make sure that's shrinked, and we get the size of one here. That's perfect. Okay. So we'll be doing the pack up tomorrow before I leave out because I just want to get the labels and everything done. Containers are done. That's it. Everybody's ready to go for tomorrow. Actually came out short. So, those are the orders for the Black Widow. Oh, I forgot. I got another I got another gallon to do for the invisible technology. The invisible blue. Which that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We got enough containers. So this is another order right here. I got to get out of the way. All right. Now, this isn't me showing off my containers. This is actually me processing orders. And I still have now the church I'm going to be actually designing a setup for with our technology. I got outside orders I'm doing now. And the restaurant. I'm doing a restaurant. I'm doing the windows with AdTech technology. And their fairgrounds. They want to screen out in the fairgrounds. So they saw the 250-inch screen. I told you. That's why you do those screens. They bring you money. They saw the 250-inch screen. They fell in love with it. They want to know how to put it together. And since I built one, I know how to put one together. So I'm setting up the sound system, everything for them, how to put the whole thing together for them. That's what pays to do the demonstrations. And on top of that, they ask me if my stuff is tested. Do I have customer reviews? I have customer reviews for my products, testimonies from my customers, and they also asked for testing. They wanted to make sure that stuff wasn't going to match everyday black paint. There you go. Got to have that done. Because no one's going to buy your product if you can't test it. If your stuff is coming up matching house paint, nobody's going to touch it. I don't know how people can be in denial that way. If you're basically busted doing something, how can you continue on to act like it never even happened? I don't get it. My ad tech alone, I can literally stop making screen paint and basically do companies only. I'm literally picking up companies out there. And the ad tech technology, I could drop all this and run it off ad tech by itself. They love the fact of being able to have that technology displayed in the windows. Everyone I talk to can't wait. When you get ready, let us know. That's going to be a total of close to 100 different locations at a screen at $5,000 a screen. To start, Allentown's a big place with a lot of stores. On top of that, that stuff will travel state to state with no problem. I got a friend already right now in England that travels back and forth to Dubai. So already got connections over there already. Got somebody who basically just frequently traveling back and forth. Knows the whole entire business part of it all. I don't know the business part of it all at all, period. Quite frankly, I don't. But she does. And she said when I get it off the ground, let her know. She's got some people that'll be interested in the ad tech. So I can literally run my company alone off of that. But I like the screen paint. I do. And the 16 ounces are nice, like I said. Because again, unlike other products on the market, we've pulled the Infinity 1 contrast level. And keep in mind, for people, I hate to say this, and it's true, but we have your cancellation. So bottom line, if you're canceling out against my business at the end of the day, it pretty much shows that your product doesn't work. I would be the one to try to beat. People ask you, what's the difference between your product and a certified screen? Can you show them the difference? Because certified screens is a whole different world, I tell you. And what they want is, a lot of these places, they want screens that can pull up in fully lit environments. They don't want ambient controlled environments. They don't want it. That's the first thing you showed me the wall. Was that can it pull up in there? I showed them the demonstration that I did when I was on site when I painted the screen for the classroom. Yep. All right. We are stacking and racking. Stacking and racking. So my labels that are coming in for the 16 ounces are going to be different. We're going to have Vistaprint custom make those for us. They are going to wrap all the way around the container, which that's what I'm going to do. These are the last because we're not doing gallons anymore. The gallons have all been discontinued. I told you, we're converting over to physical screens now. The physical screen is the best way to go. We got the 16 ounces because I give a person who has a motorized projection screen, or they still want to punch their screen, the product's still there. But from the place that I talked about, the church, they want a physical screen. They don't want the paint. And then they want something they don't have to paint themselves, you know? A lot of people want that. Now, if you're going to be converting to physical, keep in mind, you're going to have to physically take out physical screens to do it. And you're going to have to show a lot of testing. I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about anyone who attempts to try to take out a physical screen. If you go to a form site, the first thing they're going to say to your face is, well, have you ever tried taking out one of my screens? My screen at the end of the day? And yeah. Huge difference between certified and gray and white paint. Which I can't wait to show those off. My acoustic screens. Alright, this is my one for this one, so we're almost there. Almost done. I'm going to get this all printed out and finished. Alright. Alright, now we should have them all. Okay, this one right here. This makes the gallon. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the gallon. This one's going out to another fellow for him that he added 32 ounces. Come on, that's very nice because I need everything to fit in here nicely. So we ordered the 32 ounces. We got the okay, everybody, 32 ounces. One on the floor. That's the 16, and that's the special paint right here. So let me get that together. That's the church paint, the dedicated church paint. This is what they're requesting. And then we have to upgrade it to what we want to put in. Let me see. For them, these I'll have them out of the way and they'll be done. I still got another 2 more orders to go, 2 more gallons to go. These are the last that are, because June we're going to have the physicals ready. Let me see. All right, let's get these done now. I need 4 of these. 4. Now, this particular one, why you don't see it on the website? Because you can't order it. Only companies can obtain that one right there, and you have to have a PayPal invoice to get them. We don't sell that to the customers. That's a special screen paint. They're used for companies only. Now, will it work on your projector? Yeah, it'll work on your projector, but it's a different kind of screen. It's used for a different type of application. They're used for virtual fish tanks. That's what we developed it for. Oh, we're out of paper. Let me get more paper. We're out of paper. So that's the reason why. It's nothing where your projector won't work and you just only for home use only. No, it's designed for one particular reason, for virtual fish tanks. It's literally blue. So this would not work if you're using it for home theater. Not going to go so well. This is more for a kind of virtual tank for using for projector mapping applications. So that's what that's for. I need more paper. I need more paper. What are you doing, spunky boy? Spunky boy. Spunky boy. What you doing, biscuit boy? Biscuit boy. What about them biscuits, Mr. What about them beans? What about them beans, Taco? What about them beans? No beans. Stack of paper. Now, as you all know, all our products are tested. You can go to my site and check out my test demonstrations. They're all over YouTube. We're 10,000 something in, I don't know. And all our products are basically, you can ship them back to us. We have a fantastic return policy, which means you can ship it back to them. We can actually test it on YouTube Live to make sure the product is working correctly. I do advise you respect the ship back when we send it out to you. Keep in mind your products are made in 5-gallon containers, so if one goes bad, they all go bad. So we do our best to make the products that are tested, so that way you don't worry about getting ripped off and getting everyday paint shipped to your front door, because you don't want that nonsense going on. I got you for more paper. You need paper. I got you for the paper. You need paper. That's what I explain to people, that at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference how pretty your labels are or how fancy your containers are. Your product better work. And if you're matching, like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know how people sell products with fake specifications and your product is matching house paint, dude. And you're still trying to sell this stuff? And no one's going to touch this stuff, man. No one wants to get ripped off at the end of the day. In order for you to prove and back your product up, you're going to have to show either what you said exists, and you're going to have to basically prove it doesn't match house paint. Because no one's going to fork over 60 bucks for some freaking paint that can't back itself. You have to back it, because I'll tell you, that's a killer right there. That's why we have so many black on black demonstrations. I can't wait to do the demonstrations for the rest of our screens. And got you right in the video talking about the yellowish tone and all that stuff. Ain't nobody gonna get ripped off. That poor guy, I felt sorry for him. The guy with the 4K projector, screen was gone, like completely gone. And still counting it as a win. I mean, not him, but he was counting it as a win. His screen was gone. It wasn't even there anymore. That's just sad. Yes, sirree. I think we're gonna go with this side, all the way over this side like this. Yeah, I like that projector. I mean, like that that glass. I can put a nice little screen in there. I'm gonna take the glass out and coat it with our screen paint. And then I'm gonna put a little mini projector in there. And I'm gonna play my game system off the side of my, I'm not even gonna call it a console anymore. I'm gonna call it, I don't call it a console, I'm gonna call it a PC console. That's what I'm gonna call it. My PC console. I'm gonna coat that glass, take the whole thing apart, take the glass out, coat it with some Adtech with it, take a mini projector, set it up in there, hook up my cables, and I can actually game off my glass. Let's see how consoles do that. All right, one more to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a lift. We got a lot of orders going over. Like I said, I'm not even done yet. I still got orders coming through, and I got orders right now that are actually, oh, there's the other label. Wait. Now I'm confused. How many of these we got? All right, yeah, that's the gallon. That's the gallon the guy ordered one. So gallon, okay, yeah, that's right. That's right, that's good. We're good on that one. All right, now we got these blue. Now I got an extra label right there. That'll be going this week anyway. Let's get these 4 up here. How many containers do we have left? Now, these containers are packed, which means that we have a light rubber glue that fits around the top of it. They already lock and seal, and then we basically tape it all up, and then we hit it with a heat gun. This tape is a little different. The Scotch tape is pretty nice because, man, it basically seals itself. So if you have a real hard time getting in one of these, is the reason why. We're not shipping these in the mailers. We use the mailers as a form of padding for them, and we drop them in boxes. So that way you don't have to worry about anything in the problem. And they're all marked fragile, everything. So your stuff is taken care of. And keep in mind, all shipping is free. Now, I can't wait till we start doing these screens because the screens come certified. They're certified shipping. These do have signature confirm. We suggest you request signature confirm before we ship out. And that's actually a free option from us. And as for our overseas customers, again, all shipping is free. No surcharge fees. No, I could say hidden fees because I hate to say it, but it doesn't say $70 surcharge fee in some of those shopping carts. And again, you get hit with a fee in the mail, like, what the freak am I getting charged? Because you never saw it on the site. Well, it wasn't posted on the site. Why am I being charged for this? Yeah, there you go. That's what's going to pop up. What you doing over here, fur butt? Rawr. Imagine you buying a TV and you read everything it says in Best Buy about this TV, and you go to buy it and find out you got a $160 charge on your account extra. Like, what the freak was that for? Oh, that's an extra policy fee. It didn't say anything on the website about a policy fee. I ain't paying that. There you go. Anytime you state anything, charging anything extra, it has to be on every single page. Even the page that has nothing to do with it. But it doesn't have it on every page. It's missing on some pages. So, but like I said, stuff ain't tested. No one's gonna buy it. Going to those forum sites help you to understand testing. When I go to forum site, people are like, well, do you have distance throw demonstration? I'm like, oh shit, what's a distance throw? Go look it up, find out what distance throw demonstration was. What about hotspotting? Oh, what the frick is hotspotting? Go check that out what hotspotting is. So I learned how to do all these tests. Going to the forum site, getting all this information from other people. All right, we got this one done right here. This is a real pretty screen paint too. Like I said, you want to put in a virtual aquarium. These are fantastic for ceiling displays and for floor displays. And when people are asking for outdoor, because right now we're doing an outdoor setup for someone, and the first thing they ask is, do you have any demonstrations outside? And you're going to have to show really big screen sizes because they're going to request them. And that's what they requested from us. They wanted a really big screen. First, they wanted to see some of the screen demonstrations. How would the screen look outside? They wanted to see the contrast levels. They wanted to see the color levels because, again, they're doing this demonstration for probably, I think it's an audience or whatever, some kind of film festival, whatever they're having at the end of the day. So they need to know all this. You know, what time can we fire the screen up? What kind of projectors are we using at the end of the day? How much are these projectors going to cost us? Is this going to be pricey? All the stuff they're asking at the end of the day. They wanted me to read those contrast levels. What are the contrast? We need to buy projectors with higher contrast. Your screen has the ability to produce higher contrast. That kind of stuff. So all that stuff that we've done in testing on building these screens, yeah. They want to know about inflatable screens. What's the biggest screen we ever designed? So we have some kind of idea of using larger screens for mass audience. And we showed them a 250 and we showed them the Star Wars, and that was it. That's all it took. Now for the church, all I had to do is show them the demonstration. Shows up on our promo. It shows a massive giant screen with a ton of lights sitting on top of it. That's it. And they gave us a testimony because they were so happy by the product they got a testimony for us, which thank you so much. It was such a wonderful blessing right there. Gave us a testimony because they were so happy with the product. Let me see. You know, I'm really surprised he's still doing videos. The simple fact that he did fake his move, like where you moved to. Like, how do you come back from that? I mean, you faked your move and then you're showing you still live in the same place. So I wouldn't even try to attempt that one. And then for those who are sitting there saying, well, you don't tell anybody where your house is at. Huh. I wonder why. Maybe because we got stalked or we're being stalked by a creepy individual who posted addresses on his website multiple times and has been stalking my addresses. Yeah, that's the reason why. You don't know where my other house is at. You don't know where you're going to never know where it's at. You're going to never know any place I move at from now on. Not ever. Because that'll never happen. Because of the creepy individual. I didn't mind showing off the different places I lived at all, period. I really didn't. But can't give you that anymore. So, since now I'm going to be renting out spots I can do my demonstrations at, and I get my other workspace I'm going to be working on, I don't have to do that anymore. Alright. Creepy. Creepy! Creepy, creepy! Look, everything I do, he does. I'm on here doing this, but the difference is, you're showing up containers. These are actual orders I'm doing right now. Oh yeah. Someone's asking me how many of those acoustic screens can we do? Because the summertime, they're going to be big hits. Because, you know, the front and rear and the sound travels through them. And I might get an order for 1,000 of those units. Can I do 1,000? Yeah. Definitely do 1,000. That's not hard to do. Not the way we designed that stuff. Let me see. These are right. Are these all right? These are done right? Okay, cool. All right. Yep. All right. That's this one right here. That's this one right here. So this one, these two right here. I've got one more to go. It's gonna be a busy next couple of days. I got one more to go and I'm done. So I got how many containers left over? I got not many. I got 1, 2. We don't do the 32s anymore. We're done. After these go out, we don't do 32s anymore. That's the end of it. The 16 ounces is the only thing we do on screen paint now. So this is the last. These are the last ones. Input size. Oh no, we got a gallon we got to do. But that's invoice because that's company. We do the gallons, but we only do it for companies. And that one's coming to a church, so they're doing theirs. And then we have another one we're doing for a stage performance for a film project. So you have to invoice those, and it has to be for business. We're going to be, like I said, I want to switch over to physical screens. And the physical screens, like I said, come in handy on top of that because we're doing a couple of physical screens outside for the restaurant, for their fairground area, and then we're going to be doing physical screens for the church. There we go. And we got a nice projector for them. We're going to use the NEC projector because, again, they spent all that money. They spent, oh, I don't know how much they said the money they spent for the LEC TVs in there. But for what we're charging with the screen and for the projector, it's like $600. Yeah, that's like, man, they freaking fell in love with that. Not a lot of money you got to spend. Like I said, we showed them a demonstration with the smoke lounge, and we went in there. We did that setup over there for $400 for the projectors. I would say you got 2 projectors for $400. Let me go over here and put this in right here. And that's it right there. And the one we use for the one we used in the carrying place for their setup for the classroom, That projector was $179, so we don't use a lot of money. It doesn't cost a lot of money to set these up. And there we go. These are the orders that are going out. Everybody's set up. Everybody's good to go. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate your business. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because again, if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have any of this technology. We wouldn't have the sales. We wouldn't have the business. We wouldn't have anything at all if it wasn't for him. People think I'm being rude because I'm saying your stuff got to be tested. It got to be tested. If not, you're going to have problems. And PayPal doesn't play around with that stuff. PayPal, at the end of the day, will go through your website. They will go through all kinds of stuff. Your YouTube channel, all that stuff. And they'll request tests, because they request them on us all the time. Every time a customer makes a claim, we have to post their tests. All that stuff. So they're starting to request that stuff now. Their back office is requesting tests. Somebody accuses your product of being house paint. At the end of the day, you sure enough better be to back it up, or you're going to have a lot of problems. You'll lose your claim. All right, I'm done. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Gotta go, and God bless.